swear the testimony you're about to give in the cause now in hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Seated.
Make yourself comfortable in that chair.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Push your chair toward the microphone.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. In a nice loud voice, could you introduce yourself to the jury and spell your last name?
My name is William Eaton. My last name is spelled E-A-T-O-N.
And sir, where do you live?
40 Woodley Ave, Seabrook, New Hampshire.
And how long you been living in Seabrook, sir?
Since I'd say 2000.
All right. So a long time. What do you do for work, sir?
I'm a general contractor.
Okay. Any sort of specialties that you have as a GC?
I ran a roofing company, Tri-State Roofing, for 35 years.
Okay. And still involved in that business?
No.
No, new business now?
Excuse me?
New business now?
No, kind of retired.
Okay, kind of retired now. All right. And how long you been retired, sir?
I got COVID in mid-2020, probably 21, so probably since 23.
Okay. Now, did you know an individual named Leroy Fowler, who I'm going to refer to during the testimony today as Big Leroy?
Sure.
All right. How long did you know Big Leroy?
I knew Leroy since 1978.
Okay, so your whole life, basically.
Well, his whole life.
Oh,
but,
his
yeah.
whole life. All right, fair. Did you guys grow up together?
No, I dated his sister and had a child with his sister, and he also had a child with my sister, so we were kind of brother-in-laws both ways.
Okay. And did he ever work for you while you owned that roofing company?
Yes, hundreds of times.
So did you hire him as a sort of like a contractor, or?
Leroy was an actual employee for me for a long time, and then he went on to do his thing, and I hired him whenever I needed him.
Okay. And when he was an employee of your company, what sort of work did he do?
Roofing, siding, framing, whatever we were into that day.
Okay. And did he help you with any other aspects of the business, maintaining vehicles or doing any of the other things that your
Yeah,
business was involved in?
I had a garage in my yard, and we had broke down vehicles at time, and Leroy was pretty mechanically inclined, so
Okay.
he helped out doing that stuff.
All right. And as he got a little bit older, did he stop doing quite as much work with you at the company?
Yes.
Now, I want to draw your attention, sir, to the week of November 5th into November 11th and 12th, okay? Yep. Were you seeing Leroy during that time period?
Yes.
Do you remember the last time that you saw Leroy?
The last time I seen Leroy was Thursday, the day before.
The day before you went to the hospital?
The day before he was admitted to the hospital, yes.
Okay. And where did you see Leroy?
In my yard.
Okay. And so Leroy had come over to your house?
Yes.
Was he by himself?
He was with Judy, but she stayed in the car that day.
Okay. So you knew Judy from Leroy's relationship with her?
Yes, we had rode motorcycles together. We had gone to like a bike week event, a couple of those, and we had hung out a couple of times with Judy and them.
Okay. The day in question, why did Mr. Fowler come over to your house?
I had an enclosed trailer, like a little box trailer, like 12 feet long, and he was planning on filling it with some belongings and going to Florida with it.
Were you going to sell it to him?
Yes, I was going to sell it to him.
How long had you been talking to him about him actually buying the trailer?
It started in like late October. He had asked me if I was interested in selling the trailer, and then it kind of went away. And then that week he had reapproached me probably on Monday about buying the trailer. So he came with Judy that day, and then me and him had talked about it for the next 2 days, and he was supposed to come on Friday morning to pay me and pick up the trailer. So he didn't show up. So I texted him Friday morning, hey, what's up? And he never responded.
Okay. So the time earlier in the week when he came, that was both him and Judy who came again that day?
The first time they did, I don't know if she was there the second time, but
Okay. Was the first time the one when she waited in the car?
no.
No, second time first time she came out?
Yeah.
Okay. And so they looked at the trailer together?
Yes.
Okay. How, on Thursday when you saw him, do you remember about what time it was?
It was in the morning.
Okay. How was Leroy looking at that point in time? When you saw him?
Leroy was fine.
Okay.
Leroy
No issues with stumbling around or dizziness or anything like that?
Nothing. I've known, like I said, I've known Leroy since 1978, worked with him on a daily basis. He was fine.
Okay. Did you speak to him at all, either on the phone or via text at all later in the day?
I had spoke to him. I think he called me and said that he was going to be late because we had talked Thursday about him coming, first thing in the morning, and I was going to wait around for him. But he called me and told me, look, I got to do some banking and figure the rest of this out. I'm going to be a little late. So that's why noontime I texted him and said, hey, I want to get going with my day.
Okay. And so, so after the last time you saw him at your house, did you ever speak to him again?
Yes, I spoke to him on the phone that evening, at some point. Evening, yes.
Okay. And when you spoke to him on the phone Thursday evening, how did he sound?
He was totally fine.
No issues understanding him. No.
Clear as a bell.
All right. Thank you. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Got this witness, Mr. Scully?
I have no questions for this witness, Judge.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eaton. You may step down.
Thank you.